There's a world in our solar system with rain, rivers, and seas. It has clouds, weather, and an atmosphere thicker than Earth's. It is not a planet. It is a moon, the largest moon of Saturn, and one of the strangest places we have ever found. This is Titan. Titan is larger than the planet Mercury. If it orbited the Sun instead of Saturn, we would call it a planet without hesitation. But what makes Titan truly remarkable is not its size. It is its atmosphere. Titan is the only moon in our solar system with a thick atmosphere, and not just a thin shell of gas clinging to the surface. A real, dense, heavy atmosphere, thicker than Earth's. If you stood on the surface, the air above you would press down with 1.5 times the pressure we feel at sea level on our planet. The atmosphere is mostly nitrogen, the same gas that makes up most of the air we breathe. But mixed into it is methane, and it is the methane that changes everything. High in the atmosphere, sunlight breaks methane molecules apart. The fragments recombine into more complex chemicals, forming a thick orange haze that wraps around the entire moon. This haze is so dense that the surface of Titan is completely hidden from view. Like Venus, Titan keeps its secrets behind a curtain of cloud. But we have looked beneath those clouds. In 2005, a small probe called Huygens separated from the Cassini spacecraft and descended through the atmosphere of Titan. It fell for more than 2 hours, drifting slowly under a parachute, taking measurements and photographs as it sank through the orange haze. What it found was astonishing. As the probe dropped below the cloud layer, a landscape appeared. Dark channels like dried riverbeds cutting through lighter terrain. Rounded pebbles of ice, smoothed by the flow of liquid. A shoreline where something had once lapped against the ground. Huygens landed on a soft, damp surface. The first and only landing on a world in the outer solar system. On Earth, water shapes the landscape. It falls as rain, gathers into rivers, carves valleys, fills oceans. The same cycle, repeating endlessly. On Titan, the same cycle exists. But it is not water. It is methane. Methane on Titan behaves the way water behaves on Earth. It evaporates from the surface, rises into the atmosphere, forms clouds, and falls as rain. It collects into streams and rivers that wind across the surface. And it gathers into lakes and seas, dark and still, reflecting the faint glow of a distant sun. The largest of these seas is called Krakenmeer. Hundreds of kilometers across, filled with liquid methane and ethane, surrounded by shorelines and peninsulas and islands. Imagine standing at the shore of Krakenmeer. The sky above would be a deep orange, hazy and dim. The sun, if you could find it through the clouds, would be a small pail giving almost no warmth. The liquid at your feet would be clear, cold, and utterly still. The temperature would be about minus 179 degrees Celsius, or minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit. Cold enough to freeze water as hard as granite, but not cold enough to freeze methane. Here, methane is the water. There are other seas too, and dozens of smaller lakes, scattered mostly across the northern hemisphere, sitting quietly in the cold. These are the only stable bodies of liquid on any surface in our solar system, apart from Earth. The surface of Titan is young and active. There are mountains of water ice, frozen so hard in the extreme cold that they behave like rock. There are vast dune fields near the equator, made not of sand but of dark organic particles that have drifted down from the atmosphere. These dunes stretch for hundreds of kilometers in long, parallel lines, shaped by winds that blow slowly across the surface. There are also features that suggest something unexpected may be happening beneath the surface. Titan's crust is made of water ice. But beneath that crust, many scientists believe there is an ocean. Not methane this time. Water. Liquid water, kept from freezing by the internal heat of the moon and possibly mixed with ammonia. The same kind of hidden ocean that exists on Europa and Enceladus. The same quiet possibility. Titan orbits Saturn once every 16 Earth days. As it moves, it keeps one face always turned toward its planet, the same way our moon always shows the same face to Earth. From the surface of Titan, you would never see Saturn. The haze is too thick, the clouds too dense. But Saturn is there, just beyond the orange sky, enormous and ringed, filling a part of the heavens that Titan never gets to see. And Saturn's gravity shapes Titan in ways we are still learning to understand. It creates tides in the underground ocean. It may drive geological activity. It keeps Titan locked in its orbit, always turning, always circling, a world bound to a giant. Titan is unlike any world we know. It has an atmosphere thicker than ours. It has weather, rain, rivers, and seas. It has dunes and mountains and hidden oceans. It has chemistry so complex that it blurs the line between geology and biology. It is a world that reminds us of Earth in the strangest possible way. The same processes, the same cycles, the same patterns of erosion and flow, but with entirely different materials. As if the universe took the blueprint of our world and rebuilt it with alien ingredients in the frozen dark of the outer solar system. We have only scratched the surface. One probe, one landing, a few years of radar mapping from orbit. There is so much we do not know. So much hidden beneath the haze, beneath the ice, beneath the dark, still surface of those methane seas. One day, we may send a drone to fly through Titan's thick atmosphere, to soar above its dunes, glide over its lakes, and peer into the orange haze that hides everything from view. Plans for such a mission already exist. It is called Dragonfly, and it may launch within the next few years. Until then, Titan waits. A cold, orange world, wrapped in haze, circling a giant planet with golden rings. A place where methane falls as rain and water is frozen harder than stone. A world with oceans above and oceans below, and a sky that glows like the last light of a long, slow sunset. Titan will keep turning slowly through the cold. Its seas will sit still and dark. Its clouds will drift. Its rain will fall gently onto a landscape no human has ever touched. And somewhere beneath the ice, or in the haze, or in the quiet dark of a methane lake, something may be waiting to be found.